Let it play it through one time. Let it play it through one time. This is the. Let me cut this down. Alright, we just gonna run through this song one time. Let's close all of these real quick and resize this. This is the on stream session with Hurricane Wisdom and Reggie. It was recorded on stream, so we called it on stream. It was produced by Michio, my boy, tough with it. And yeah, let's just run through it one time.
Hello. You know. Okay. Real life, real smacker. I do this shit on stream. My paws come with a beam. My hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie. I get high and sneeze. What it cost, you know what I mean? For that money, I'm a fiend. For that money, I'm a fiend. I'm a goblin for the green. I got bitches on my dick. I told that bitch to join the stream. Toss the pack, yeah, that's the touchdown. Told that bitch to join the team. Me and bro, we chasing racks. I told her, bro, let's chase the dreams. Hella W's in the chat. You know my chat gon' turn me up. GG, they be in the back, and we got racked up in the front. And my bro be smoking hella weed. He told me roll it up. Okay, they say this road here hella mean. That's why I beat it up. Know that I'm from Florida, every song I speed it up, okay? Know we on our ground, what Kendrick say, it's not enough, okay? Left wrist lighting up, my right one bright as fuck. You know I turn some shit to gold, I got the Midas touch. I'm from Baltimore, you play them, they gon' heat you up. Call my favorite eater, she gon' come and eat me up. Smoking hella trees, I swear to God this bitch is stunk. She gon' call my phone, and after that I'm hanging up.
Alright, that's a bet. So let's get straight into it, man. We got Hurricane vocals right here. We got Reggie vocals right here. We got a couple of ad-libs. They really didn't do so many ad-libs, and that's it. And then we got the beat, and then we got a filter on this beat part, and that's it. This session was really simple, you know what I'm saying? Straightforward. Got your master bus up top. And that's it. But let's get into it. What we started with.
Hello.
Reggie had a little ad-lib.
Hello.
Hurricane with his chain.
You know.
Got ad-lib.
Okay. Real life, real smacker. I do this shit on stream. My paws come with a beam. My hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie. I get high and sneeze. What it cost, you know what I mean? For that money, I'm a fiend.
So like at the beginning, I think I remember Hurricane. He was telling me he wanted delay while he was recording. So this is my recording bus. So when they record, everything goes through this headphone mix. Auto tune, got a little DSO on there, just catch some S's, a little reverb, a doubler, and I had put this delay on there because he said he wanted a little delay, and then I just added that delay to each one of his tracks right here with his name on the side, and that's why you hear the delay.
Real life, real smacker. I do this shit on stream. Come with a beam, my hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke.
And I really, really doing the delay just fills in some of the spots when you don't have a lot of ad libs. You see, as you can see, they didn't do a lot of ad libs. So the delay just adds, you know what I'm saying? It fills in spaces. What else we got on here? Auto tune. We going with the Auto Tune Pro from Antares. The key was C# minor. Retune speed was 10. I got it on low male input type. I normally go low male on all male vocals, just so it don't sound too like auto-tuney. I guess it's just a way to make it kind of sound more natural. You also can use the humanize to make it sound natural, but we just kept it normal with the retune at 10. Reggie's actually got auto tune on it too. It's the same settings. This got moved to 11. I don't know how, but same settings. But
Okay.
and then I put the delay on Reggie's too.
For that money, I'm a fiend. For that money, I'm a fiend.
So they both got the same settings. Nothing really too crazy. For the little two ad-libs, we got a telephone effect. I just used the preset vocals, telephone vocal, and then you just kind of like adjust it to your ears. But I just left it like that because, you know, on the string you trying to move fast. You don't want to do too much. You feel me? So I just left the EQ like that.
I will.
So just a little normal.
Okay.
No, little phone lid. And that's it for the vocals. And then, you know, we got the vocal bus. So this is like where you do most of your EQing and compressing of the vocals and adding some more reverb. I got a doubler on there, but we'll start at the top with this EQ. I'm using the SSL channel from Solid State Logic. The Waves one. Just something simple to keep the latency down. I really didn't use no UAD plugins. This keeps your latency down and stuff like that.
Stuff in the front.
So we gonna.
Okay.
And I got them both coming through the same bus. Like I said, you want to keep stuff simple. So I got them both going into this lead vocal verse bus. And I just got high pass right here at 95. Then I got a low pass at 15.6. So that's the first step I do is kind of like take some of the lows out, kind of tame the highs a little bit.
Okay. Real life, real smack. I do this shit on stream.
So that's what I do with that. Let's see how it sound on Reggie voice.
For that money, I'm a fiend. I'm a goblin for the green. I got bitches on my dick. I told that bitch to join.
Alright, we're gonna take it off and then we're gonna see what it sound like on Reggie voice, huh?
For that money, I'm a fiend. I'm a goblin for the green. I got bitches on my dick. I told that bitch to join the stream. Toss the pack, yeah, that's.
So it kind of opens the vocal up a little bit, take away the lows, tame the highs, add some more highs back in at 16. That's gonna kind of like open the vocal up. And then I took some more lows out at 270 with a low shelf. This was a high shelf. 8. I added 8 dB, which is kind of like a lot. What's good with it, Trippy? What's good with it, Buddha? Real life, real smack. I do this shit on stream. Okay. But yeah, a low shelf at 270 for -2.5, just to clean up the bottom a little bit more. And you can actually really hear it, like.
For that money, I'm a fiend. I'm a goblin for the green. I got bitches on my dick. I told that bitch to join the stream.
So
for that money, I'm a fiend. I'm a goblin for the green. I got bitches on my dick. I told that bitch to join the stream.
And this is just normal stuff. This ain't even really like a mix. This is like just being rough and just keeping it something that just make it sound good. What's good, gang? Hold on. Yeah, you know it, gang. Just makes them be like, okay, I sound pretty good coming out. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do too much, because then you'll have to backtrack. You don't want to be, doing too much. And they be like, dang, bro, like, you make me sound like this. This is just normal stuff that you do with every vocal. You take lows out, tame the highs if you want to tame the highs a little bit, add some more highs back in, just clean it up a little bit. You ain't doing too much. Let's see how it sound on Hurricane.
Right. Real life, real smacker. I do this shit on stream. All my paws come with a ping. My hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie. I get high and slim. What it costs, you know what I mean? For that money, I'm a fiend.
So that's some simple EQ, bro. That ain't even too much. Let's go to compression real quick. This the R compressor. Short for Renaissance compressor. From the Waves bundle. Like I said, I normally use wave stuff when I'm recording, when I'm tracking people, because it's gonna keep the latency low. You don't want, because this auto tune already has crazy latency and stuff like that. So I just use wave stuff to kind of like keep all the latency low.
Right. Real life, real smacker. I do this shit on stream. My pops come with a beam. My hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie. I get high and sleep.
So with this compressor, what this compressor is doing, people like if you're an engineer or if you're trying to learn how to engineer, what compressing is doing is taking the top, what's super loud, and bringing it down, and what's super low and bringing it up. So it's just compressing the vocal. The bottom's coming up and the top's coming down, and it's making it like that. The threshold is how much compression you're getting.
Right.
So let's.
Right. Real life, real smacker. I do this shit on stream. Y'all, my pops come with a beam. My hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie. I get high and sleep. What it costs, you know what I mean? For that money, I'm.
So that's how much compression you're getting. And then, so this is kind of like normal. I keep the ratio around like no more than 3. So like from 0 to 3. The attack and release, this is like normal attack and release. This is like natural sounding. So attack is how fast the compressor is working. Release is how slow the compressor is letting off of the gas, basically. So
real life, real smacker. I do this shit on stream.
see how the
My
compressor's
pops come
not
with a
working
beam.
really.
My hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie. I get high and sleep. What it costs, you know what I mean? For that money, I'm a fiend.
So I just kind of kept around the natural sound release. That's how slow the compressor's letting off.
Real life, real smacker. I do this shit
See
on
how it's
stream.
holding it
My
now?
pops come with a beam. My hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie. I get high and sleep. What it costs, you know what I mean? For that money, I'm a fiend.
So I just kept the release kind of natural. I didn't really do too much on that because, you know, I'm working fast while I'm on stream. I'm not trying to. You're not mixing a song when you're tracking. Like, you want it to sound decent for them to be like, okay, I can play this in the car when I get done out of the session. But you don't want to sit there and just kind of like mix while they're recording too much. You kind of want to have all this set up, and then you want to just go on the fly, bro. You just want them to be like, okay, it sounds pretty good. You feel me? Then to get some gain back, I didn't get no gain back with this compressor. I used it on this RVox. I got some gain back on this. So this RVox is kind of compressing the vocal as well, but it's adding like a upfront punchy type of sound.
Real life, real smacker. I do this shit on stream. My pops come with
This is
a
with it
beam.
off.
My hoes come with a dream. With Reggie, don't smoke Reggie. I get high and sleep. What it costs, you know what I mean? For that money, I'm a fiend. For that money, I'm a fiend. I'm a goblin for
It's
the
off.
dream. I got bitches on my dick. I told that bitch to join the stream. Toss the pat, yeah, that's the touchdown. I told that bitch to join.
So this is a really great plug-in. It's called RVox Wave. It's from Wave. Well, they have different versions, but this is the Waves version, Renaissance Vox, and it got its own compressor settings in there. It has a gate. The gate is just like when the vocal stops rapping,
Reggie, I get high and sleep.
it closes off so you don't hear like no extra static and stuff. The gain when you come down on this compressor, so
Real smacker, I do this shit on stream. My pops come with a beam. My hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie. I get high and sleep.
when you find your little sweet spot,
Real smacker, I do this shit on stream. My pops come with a beam. My hoes come with a
you kind of want to like dial the gain back a little bit, because you're inputting some gain in there with that compressor, so you want to dial back the output gain just to match it a little bit so it don't sound too like harsh or whatever. And that's it for the RVox really. We got a reverb.
real smacker, I do this shit on stream. My pops come with.
So that's all for the inserts. So that's the inserts right there. Then your sends. All of my sends are at the bottom. I got a reverb, another verb, and then I got my doubler. I got a deep voice doubler, and then I got all my delays right here. So the reverb that we're using is just a regular. This is something that's just on my template. Reverb by Waves, using the Hedges Sweet vocal plate. And then I probably got like a little. I cut off some of the low end on the verb. Add a little mid-range high, mid-high. And let's see how that sound real quick if we turn it up.
Real smacker, I do this shit on stream. My balls come with the beam, my hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie, I get high and sneeze.
So really with this song, it's not too much reverb going on because it's just like a little rapping song. It ain't like you singing to the stars or to the clouds. Like reverb, you kind of just gotta judge based on like the vibe of the track. So like if it's, you know, a rapping song, you don't want too much reverb. You can have some here and there, but for this song, it wasn't too much. The doubler, and I don't use a EQ on the doubler, so I be bypassing that, and then with the doubler, I take all the gain out of the mid, and then take a little bit out of the side, so 1.5, negative 1.5 on the sides, all the way out. You can literally just press this button and take it out, but I just kind of like it. I like it on because it kind of still registers that it's in the middle, but I don't know. It's just an ear thing. And I didn't change nothing really after that. Just kind of like did the gain. And what a doubler does, it just adds width to the vocal. So
real life, real smacker, I do this shit on stream. My balls come with a beam, my hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie, I get high and sneeze.
And I just dial it in to where it sounds natural. So like I go up with it just like I did.
Real life, real smacker, I do this shit on stream. My balls come with a beam, my hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie.
And 16 was kind of like where it was just sitting natural. You know what I'm saying? It added a little whiff to it. And honestly, that's mostly what I did on the vocals. And then on the, let's see, the track, I didn't do nothing to the track really. Just added a trim, took away 11. So when you first recorded, you want to, with your beats, you kind of want to give you some headroom. So basically, you want to give yourself some headroom. You know what I'm saying? Without the trim, you see how it's kind of like all the way at the top? So when you get a 2-track, you want to give yourself some headroom. You want to put a trim on there, or you don't even have to use this plugin, but this is a Pro Tools plugin. So it comes with Pro Tools. But if you're using another DAW, you don't even have to use this. You can just, you know, turn it down with whatever the DAW is. What's good, gang? Or you can turn down the track itself. So boom. Thought I was still asleep. Nah, bro, I'm in here making some goddamn content, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, turn it down.
Halloween told me roll it up. Okay.
And then you want another track on there. You want another track on there for the 2-track that'll have like a underwater effect. Yeah, that have an underwater effect.
We told me roll it up. Okay, they said.
And this is a Waves plugin. It's called One Knob, but you can do this with an EQ, with a normal EQ like this. So like, if you don't have this plugin, you can do this with like whatever EQ you got in there, bro. Any EQ can make an underwater effect. So see how it's normal? You would just do a low pass. You feel me? And you can just dial it toward your ear when you like it. So that's simple. Make sure you have your same settings as far as your trim on both.
Halloween told me roll it up. Okay, they said.
That's all I did to the tracks. And then on the master bus, I got this meter.
Hella W's in the chat, you know my chat gon' turn me up. GG, they be in the back, and we got racks up in the front. And my bro be smoking.
And I could have, and it's saying 21. I could have got some more out of this track, based on my knowledge. So this kind of tells you like how loud your track is, and knowing these numbers, just something you gotta learn. So your LUFS LUFS, like, let's say, all right, we can go to, so like YouTube and Spotify, they have you at they're gonna make your song go to -14 on the LUFS. but you can still punch out.
Chasing racks, I told bro, let's chase the dream. Hella W's in the chat, you know my.
You can still punch out more when you're doing your mix. It's just they're gonna kind of like bring it to that level, but as long as your mix is clean and stuff like that, it's not gonna come help me with my TikTok thing. I put my whole set up. All right, I got you, gang. But yeah,
chasing racks, I told bro, let's chase the dream. Hella W's in the chat,
you can push out more as long as it's sounding clean. But I wasn't gonna do that because I'm just using one limiter when I did this session. I wasn't gonna put on 5 different limiters, EQs. Like that's a whole like another session that you need to do for mastering. So when you just on the fly trying to master, just put on kind of like one limiter, maybe one EQ based on what you're doing. 2 limiters if you need it. But I just crank this limiter up 10, -10, -10 dB, 10.8. I always go least like -1, -0.1 or -0.2 on my out ceiling.
Chasing racks, I told bro, let's chase the dream.
And that gives you that loudness of a master. So like without it,
chasing racks, I told bro, let's chase the dream. Hella W's in the chat, you know my chat gon' turn me up. GG they be in the back and we got racked up in the front. My bro be smoking hella weed, told me roll it up. Okay, they say this roll here hella mean, that's why I beat it up.
So that's what that does, a limiter. This is the L2 Ultra Maximizer from Waves. Really good limiter, easy to use, straightforward. And that's the whole track, honestly. Like, it's really nothing too crazy. What I do want to emphasize, though, if you have a an Apollo, a University Apollo, take advantage of the console. So this is emulations of real expensive hardware. These are emulations of real expensive hardware. This recording setup right here is like what 90% of the industry uses. This is the Neve preamp, emulation of the Neve preamp, and this is the emulation of the Tube Tech compressor, CL1B. These two are used everywhere. You go in any studio, you're gonna definitely see this blue one. You're definitely gonna see the blue one. So take advantage if you got an Apollo, and I think until June, the end of this month, it's June 19th now. To the end of this month, they're doing crazy deals, bro. Crazy deals on these. Like, without it, it costs like $300 for this. This costs like $200, $150, something like that. But with the deals right now, you can get half off on all this stuff. And then they have another deal where you can get like 2 for like $100. So you can buy both of these for $100 right now. So take advantage of that. And your recording people, look, I want to say this right now. Look at these levels. So the 2 tracks not gonna change because I'm using the trim. But if I wasn't using the trim, let's see what 11 would look like this. That's a lot of headroom. For real? Screen keep blinking. Not yours? Oh. Oh, you talking about, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you. But, and then look at these recordings. So this is what I stress to a lot. When you're recording, you want a lot of headroom, bro. You want a lot of headroom. I learned this from Ali, mixed by Ali. This is Kendrick Lamar's engineer. You want a lot of headroom, bro. Recording vocals good is like the main step, bro. When you're tracking vocals, you don't want a vocal looking like this coming out of the when you just starting off. You don't want your vocal looking like this. If your vocal look like this, then you ain't got no headroom to do nothing. You ain't got no headroom to add no EQ, nothing, bro. It's just gonna be, let's hear how it sound.
My powers come with a pain. My hoes come with a dream.
No, you don't want that. You don't want that.
My power come with the beam. My hoes come with a dream.
You wanna have stuff leveled and low and in that pocket, so then when you start to cut stuff up, it sound clean, bro. You don't want no, because when you cut it back, like if you already had it like this and you starting to cut it up with the master at the end, it's gonna sound crazy. So and a lot of these sessions, don't get it twisted, bro. They be having this audio zoom, they be having this cranked up. You know what I'm saying? They be having that cranked up. I leave that on normal. So when people be looking at people's sessions, they only do this so they can see sometimes. If it look like that, nah, that's not normal. This is what it normally looks like. So that's the whole session. We gonna run through this song one more time, and then yeah. If you want the template, if you do want the template, hit me up, DM me, or whatever. You're gonna get this whole template right here. I'm gonna send you the whole template. I'm not gonna send you the session, but I will send you the whole template. It'll be good money for me to send you the session. Just know that you'll have to pay good money. But if you want the template, I have everything on here except for, the beat, the vocals, but everything is gonna be lined up the same way. These, you know what I'm saying? Everything on here. So DM me and we can set a price and I can send it to you and we can get it locked in. But yeah, let's run through it.
Hello. You know. Okay. Real life, real smacker. I do this shit on stream. My paws come with a beam. My hoes come with a dream. I'm with Reggie, don't smoke Reggie. I get high and sneeze. What it costs, you know what I mean? For that money, I'm a fiend.
For that money, I'm a fiend. I'm a goblin for the green. I got bitches on my dick. I told that bitch to join the stream. Toss the pack, yeah, that's the touchdown. Told that bitch to join the team. Me and bro, we chasing racks. I told her, bro, let's chase the dreams. Hella W's in the chat. You know my chat gon' turn me up. GG, they be in the back, and we got racked up in the front. And my bro be smoking hella weed. He told me roll it up.
Okay, they say this road here hella mean. That's why I beat it up. Know that I'm from Florida, every song I speed it up, okay? Know we on our ground, what Kendrick say, it's not enough, okay? Left wrist lighting up, my right one bright as fuck. You know I turn some shit to gold, I got the Midas touch.
I'm from Baltimore, you play them, they gon' heat you up. Call my favorite eater, she gon' come and eat me up. Smoking hella trees, I swear to God this bitch a stunt. She gon' call my phone, and after that I'm hanging up.
Bet. So that's lit. That was that whole session. And right now, that song got, where is it? 1.5 million.